Now for a movie rant break, One Up presents a movie rant break. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Movie Rant Break. Got a returning guest today. Got to have him in the building. We got Zack Rouda.
Thank you. Yes, I'm Zack Rouda.
And Zack Rouda was the founding director of Rewild Maine. Rewild Maine is an educational nonprofit program series that facilitates classes and workshops focused on nature connection and small-scale place-based living skills.
That's correct. I also could be known as Zack De La Rouda because we did initially connect around hip-hop, and Zack De La Rouda is the rap name.
Yeah. So which is your full name? Right?
No, my full name is Zack Rouda.
Oh.
De La Rouda is the rap name. It's in homage to De La Rocha, Zack De La Rocha, who is the lead singer of Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, shout out to
So
him.
some people, very few people, but some people still know me from the rap game, and I'm Zack De La Rouda. I'm also known as Zack Rouda.
And you also today told me that you started a podcast,
Just
which is really
today.
what you're trying to shed light on.
Right. I could be promoting. I didn't even remember I'm here to promote the Movie Rant Break. I'm here to
Shit.
I'm happy to be on the podcast, and we had a good time last time, and we're going to talk about, I don't know if you want to tell them the movie we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about a good movie today.
Yeah.
Year one.
Yeah.
And, I was just telling you while we were chilling that I did actually just start a podcast today.
Today. First episode today.
So the first episode of the podcast dropped today.
Okay.
And I'm happy to promote the podcast on the Movie Rant Break as well.
And the name of this show?
The podcast is called Zack's Mom.
Okay.
And it's going to be co-hosted with my mom. And there are a lot of Mommy and Me podcasts, but this one's a little different. It's uncensored. It's explicit content, and we're going to not hold back, talk about politics and family issues, and my mom is hilarious and has a lot of great wisdom.
Oh, cool. And I think you said that it was going to be over the phone. Like it's a recording. That's
right. So I was telling you, basically the idea is I talk with my mom a lot. I think it's important to have a good relationship with your parents, and I've had some rocky patches with my parents, but today I'm proud to say that my relationship with my parents is quite good. And I talk with my mom a lot, and we talk on the phone, just crack each other up. Sometimes we talk about politics, whatever came up. The first episode we were talking about Charlie Kirk, which happened just a few days ago, and rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.
And my just talking with my mother is just a really great, beautiful experience. We make each other laugh on the phone. And at some point, I've been talking with her about wanting to start a podcast, and I kind of thought maybe it's like a little Seinfeld thing, but it's like, this is the show.
No, it's cool.
This is the show.
I look forward to checking it out. And
thank you.
I'll have all your information in the description. People can check that out. But yeah, like you said, today we're reviewing year one. And yeah, let's talk about year one. You hadn't seen it. Let me go through who's a part of it, and then we can rock out with the shits. Directed by Harold Ramis, screenplay by Harold Ramis and Gene Stupnitsky, Lee Eisenberg, story by Harold Ramis, produced by Harold Ramis. I feel like it might be Raimi.
It might be Raimi. I feel like isn't that the guy from Ghostbusters?
He's been a part of.
I feel bad.
I'm sorry. But also Judd Apatow was a part of it. Clayton Townsend, starring Jack Black, Michael Cera, Oliver Platt, David Cross, Hank Azaria, and the baddie Olivia Wilde. It was edited by great cast. Edited by Craig Herring and Steve Welch. Music by Theodore Shapiro. It was a Columbia Picture production, released June 19, 2009, with a runtime of 97 minutes, budget of $60 million, and a box office of $62.4 million. Excuse me. Brief breakdown. Two villagers leave their village in the time of year one, literally, looking to find a new world and encounter friends along the way, and end up in the city of Sodom to save their friends and love interests. No, it didn't get great reception. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 14%. Which is like actually like I was offended. IMDb gave it a 4.9 out of 10, which I was like, all right, that's a little.
I was watching it thinking like this movie is not that great. I thought it was funny. I did laugh a lot.
I liked the campiness, like the cheapness, like corniness, like satirical shit. I liked it.
I'm glad you picked up on that because about halfway through, I noticed that they go into they go from like primitive times, ancient. I thought it'd be a good conversation to talk about because last time we did Captain Fantastic, which is very heavy, but it has some themes related to nature connection. And I was thinking, what's another nature-y movie? I'd never seen Year One. So I thought that talking about this movie would give us a lot of conversation fodder, and I think it could. But
there's
while
some shit in there. Yeah.
I did. I'd never seen it before. But halfway through, I was watching it. They move essentially from primitive times to like the Roman era, almost biblical times, and they encounter Abraham, and he becomes anyway. I don't.
They're kind of like time traveling through Genesis.
Right. They move from ancient times, which was 300,000 years ago, primitive times where they're like hunting a boar.
Well, like they're at like almost the Garden of Eden-esque, like Genesis from the Bible.
Exactly. He eats the forbidden fruits to start. So they start from way back, and then very quickly they go to like Roman times. And I noticed when they're in the Roman times, they got the Roman guard, and he's got the cape, but it's just a towel. It's a towel that's like zip tied, and you can see the zip ties.
I didn't see the zip tie.
And halfway through, I'm watching. I'm like, all right, they didn't really give a fuck about this. They were just like fucking around. It's a bunch of comedians. There's like
so good
little cameos from different comics.
Yeah.
And I thought the campiness added to it. So
yeah. So this being your first watch, like it was a good watch for you.
I thought it was funny, and I have to admit, because I was watching it in anticipation of the podcast, I was kind of watching it, taking notes a little bit. So I wonder if I wasn't, we were talking earlier about going into a movie blind is really nice. If you go into a movie, you know nothing about it.
Yeah.
If your friend just presses play and you know nothing and you just go in blind, I wish I had kind of been able to focus a little more on the watching experience, but I did think it was very funny. Certainly some parts. I was the shaman. Who's the name of the actor who plays
Bill Hader?
No, that's the tribal shaman. But what about the
Oliver Platt.
Oliver Platt.
Yes, I think that's his name.
Right.
Yeah, Oliver Platt.
Anyway, I thought it was funny. I thought it was a good watch. And
what was the line that you loved that he said when he's like going through the intestines?
Oh, right. I know. I just was joking with you about this, but he's right. I thought it was amazing. He's using there's historical inaccuracies. They're full of obviously, historical inaccuracies all the time, but they've also kind of making fun of the ancient world.
Yeah.
And so they have the shaman who's divining the future by reading the entrails of a slaughtered sheep. So they go to the shaman and they say, like, what's the future? Tell us the future. He says, well, let me read the entrails. And they just fucking slop it on the table. Slop. And then he's looking through and he says, well, it's the rectum of the sheep is beyond distinction. What does he say?
I can't remember, like beyond repair, like it's oversized.
Rectum is damaged beyond repair, which is consistent for a sheep in this region.
Which is so fucking funny.
Then later he says the testicles are massive. It's of no significance. I'm just mentioning it. Just noticing.
That's so fucking good.
I thought he was the funniest character for sure.
Okay.
But a very, very dated, I felt uncomfortable laughing at it because it's a transphobic
you're done.
character.
You're done.
Because it's like a man, you're laughing at like a man in makeup, so.
The oil scene's OD.
Right. Rub me with oil or die. Rub me with oil. I don't think so. Well, rub me with oil or die.
Like that shit's so like on the nose
and
though, because that's how
it worked in the ancient world.
That's what I'm saying. Like they don't make movies like this anymore, and I really appreciate this film, and it really helps like watching it in modern day because
it was pre-woke.
It was amazing.
It was 2009.
Yeah, the 2000 era.
It's not 2009 no more.
I know, those are the good old days. But yeah, like the quotes and lines of it are phenomenal. Like you just did a great job quoting that, by the way.
Some of them were really funny, bro.
Yo, David Cross's character is Cain.
David Cross, he has a line where he says, the greatest thing about Sodom is the sodomy.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it.
He's like, I love when after he's struck by the lightning, they're in like that village, and someone's like, "What happened to your forehead?" And he's like, "I didn't murder my brother."
Right.
Like,
just to make it clear.
Yeah, like to a stranger.
Right.
Like, nonetheless. Some of the quotes when Jack Black and Michael Cena are talking. Is it Cena?
Michael Cera.
Mike Cena.
I can't see him. John Cena.
Yeah. Michael Cera, thank you. He's like, I just want to lay with her so badly. He's like, I don't see it. I mean, she's cute, but I don't think I'd lay with her. And he's like, she's your sister. I mean, it wouldn't be like laying with your mother. And he's like, which was a big mistake. I see that now. Which I don't know. I just thought that shit's so funny. I love the circumcision jokes in there. Abraham's talking. He's like, we shall grasp the foreskins of our penises and we shall cut therefrom the extra flesh. Amen. And then Jack Black's like, I don't think I have any extra. And he's like, and then Michael Cera's character is like, can we pierce our ears or something? Which I think's hilarious. He's like, no. So it shall be written, and so it shall be done. Let me get this straight. You're saying you have too much cock, and you want to like cut it? And then he's like, it's been a long day. We've all had a lot to drink, and he says some shit, and then like Abraham replies. He's like, no, trust me. It's gonna be a very, very sleek look. This is gonna catch on.
Right, it's gonna catch on.
And I just think that's so funny based on the notion like it has now become the most popular thing.
Right, right.
So that was just I think
your kids are gonna love it.
Like it's such a testament, I think, of just good writing. Like, and people can shit on this movie in a lot of different ways, but I feel like if you really see it for what it is, as just like a fucking funny movie and witty. At that,
I was halfway through. I was kind of like not really getting it at first and not loving it. But then I started to appreciate the writing, and I thought this movie is really well written. And so maybe it's not every moment is not funny, but some of it was right. I mean, in the circumcision scene where he's like walking away, he's like, no, wait right here. I'll be back, and then I'm gonna cut your penis.
He's like, I'm gonna give you my good knife.
Right. I'll get the good knife. I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna cut your penises.
Yeah. I also like the Michael Cena.
Cera.
Cera. I keep saying I like wrote Cena. That's so funny. Michael Cera. He's peeing on himself upside down, and then Jack Black's like, I'm peeing on my face on the inside too, and he's just got like it's like getting in his nose, and he's just watching. It's really funny, and
right?
Like,
so some of those, I mean,
I get people too like will see this stuff and be like, this is so stupid, but I think if you just let yourself enjoy the good writing and the comedy, it's so silly and funny, and it's fucking funny, dude. Like I don't know, I think people that this movie's weirdly got not respected, and I'm not exactly sure what was going on at the time that inhibited people from seeing it. Maybe just that looks stupid, but there also is a lot of big heavy hitters in this era of comedy,
right? Where
this being set in the setting that it was in, I think maybe hindered its audience and reach because like I don't want to watch
because it was like religious.
Like I think there was some of that affected people, but I think it should have been way more popular. Because it's just as good as a lot of those other 2000 films. Grill lighter. So happens you don't bring a lighter in my house, you have to use the grill lighter so you don't steal.
Punishment of the grill lighter.
I mean, you still get a lighter, but like, I don't want to get my other lighters kifed. Yo, when Jack Black jumps on the cow, did it look like he did it for real? Because I thought it looked real.
Some of the stunts in that movie, there was one when he's grabbing the rope and swinging on the rope. And there was a guy... I thought that was impressive stunt work because the stunt guy, whoever it did, actually had to hold onto the rope.
At the end?
His hands. Yeah, it's like in the fight scene, he's like swinging on a rope. I don't know if you ever try to climb a rope; it's hard on your hands, So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he jumped on the cow.
It seemed official. I mean, it's super dangerous. Can someone please verify if that was real? I tried to briefly look it up, and I was like, this movie is so not well documented and appreciated. There's not a lot out there. Like. The things that was coming up was Christian publications.
Right.
Some of them I think were like, it's actually funny. So it's kind of one of those.
Like disarming their audience or something. Right.
There was quite a few biblical references. The ones I saw, like the forbidden fruit, there's Cain and Abel, there's Abraham and Isaac, there's the city of Sodom. What did you see?
The chosen one.
The Chosen One?
I mean, at the end, we can do spoilers. We're doing spoilers. We're assuming that people have seen the movie. If you haven't seen it, then it's inspiration to watch it. So, but one of the, Jack Black almost becomes the chosen one at the end. The
Chosen One is in what?
Well, I wasn't sure. It could be Jesus. But then what they have it is they say the chosen one is coming, and that's the moment that Abraham rolls in. So then they're saying maybe the Jew is the chosen one.
Oh shit! Look what I see what you did there.
I don't know. No,
I didn't read into it that hard.
There was a retelling of biblical stories.
So the Book of Genesis, I think specifically. But what did you think of the forbidden fruit?
I thought it was interesting. What about it? I thought it was funny.
Just the portrayal.
There was a funny moment where he was like tripping out. He was almost like sounded like he was stoned. Jack Black. Where he was like, "What even is this? I'm talking and my mouth is moving, and what is even time? And what is this?" He was like, because he ate the forbidden fruit, he was now like a stoned college kid on acid, like having on mushrooms. Yeah. So I thought it was he like the knowledge. He was like, "Oh, now I have the knowledge of the future or something. You're gonna fuck a zebra." I don't know.
Did he say that?
He did say that. He said 10 minutes from now you're gonna fuck a zebra.
Oh, maybe that's a different edition because I thought he said that the next thing you're gonna say is that's not what I was gonna say, and he's like, that's not what I was gonna. He's like, fuck, you can't do that, which is funny. And I thought them as a pair was Michael Cera and Jack Black, because I keep saying Michael Cera were fucking amazing. Like they were really funny, and just the whole time, and the pacing of the film really worked to its advantage. In the sense, like movies just don't move quickly and keep making sense a lot of times. But the way that this just kind of like, even though it's, jumping. It had
a pretty classic story.
It was nice.
It was traditional.
Yeah, it was kind of traditional.
They leave the village. The girls come with. The girls get captured. They save the girls. He becomes the man. Yeah. Michael Cera gets laid.
Yeah.
It all works out.
It's a sick movie. I really like it. I appreciate it. Like, holy shit, that kid's got an arm.
Right. The kid is stoning.
They're trying to stone him. It's like him. It's like this little kid. He's like, holy shit, this kid's got an arm. I thought that was funny as fuck.
It is funny too. I mean, I should appreciate it from a rewilding perspective, which I remember when the movie came out, I made a note like, oh, I got to see this.
Oh, for real? You never saw it?
I never saw it. So I'm glad to watch it with you. But the reason why I wanted to see it is because I always wanted to see depictions of the ancient world. Another one that we could have just as easily done, or we could review in the future is, have you ever seen 10,000 BC?
Yes.
We can talk about other movies on the show. The Movie Rant Break. Yeah. So you've seen 10,000 BC.
Long time ago, but I did see it.
But you remember that one, the girl with the blue eyes, and he like talks to the tiger and shit. He like
Sabretooth, right?
The Sabretooth. And then the slave, they get taken. It's the same story. They get taken.
It kind of is.
The village people get taken by the big civilization, and then he ends up, they get free the slaves. One of my favorite parts of 10,000 BC, if I could just say, was when they're trying to get the slaves to rally against the civilization, the village people from the ancient tribe. And the thing is, by the way, not to make it too heavy or like tie it back to Captain Fantastic or what we were talking about last episode or what my rewilding work is all focused on, but this is what happened in the ancient world. The massive civilization, conquered, colonized the primitive people. And that set in motion a lot of the things like geopolitical stuff that's happening today. But what was interesting in 10,000 BC is the village people are trying to rally the slaves. The village people go to the society. The society has its own slaves. They try to rally the slaves, but the slaves have their own prophecy that keeps them from waking up. So it's like you go up to somebody, you try to like wake them up, and then
they're disinterested.
They say like, no, I have my own story that requires that I don't listen to you, essentially.
I'd have to watch it again. I don't remember this vividly, but he does liberate the whole slavery outpost.
He liberates them with elephants. There's elephants, storming elephants. But the point is...
Mammoths, right?
Mammoths, woolly mammoths, mastodons or some shit. But the point is, with year one, I initially wanted to watch it because I've always been interested to see how pop culture portrays the ancient world. And something that I thought was valuable about year one, even though it is a comedy... and maybe this isn't what I would have said 5 years ago or even 2 years ago, But it was a critique of the ancient world where there was rife with historical inaccuracy. There was a bunch of things that didn't happen that were not true. That wasn't really how it happened. I was looking at like the huts that they built. Their huts looked like shit.
So
Things like that. I'm like picking apart. But I thought that some of the critiques of the ancient world were valid. Like when he says the rectum of the sheep is completely destroyed beyond recognition, which is typical for the people of this region. And it's like, there was freaky shit in the ancient world that I think I'm still very passionate about rewilding, and my work with rewilding is focused on nature connection and the positive benefits that nature connection can bring to us. We all love walking in the woods. We all love feeling the sun on our skin, and bathing in the river and making a basket is really cool. But I used to really idolize like the ancient world and think like, oh, in the ancient world, everything was peaceful and nobody was stoning each other. That's not really true.
Yeah, they were stoning each other.
They were stoning each other.
And like how crazy of a thing that is to do. Like the people of like the village or whatever are just stoning people to death. Like
Yeah.
It's like,
everybody
get your rock. Like, do they go back and pick? Because one thing that I thought was interesting, they had, this is a depiction, they had a container full of rocks for people to like pick
stoning rocks.
And I just was like, did they have baskets of stoning rocks, or did people throw a rock and like go pick it and run it back and like throw the same rock?
Did they have like a ball boy?
Yeah.
Like at a tennis game, they have the ball boy running out, grabbing the rocks and bringing it back. Go ball boy, get the rock.
That would have been funny in the movie if they had like a rock boy and like he would pick people's rocks and bring them back. That would be good. But these are the things that, although you could shit on this movie for a lot of different ways, like that's a cool take on the situation, because it is, coincidentally, you could consider it a blasphemous movie, but like the things that were going on back then, very blasphemous. Because like stoning people to death with rocks, that is not a good thing.
Right.
I would assume anti-God.
I mean, there haven't been that many biblical movies. I don't know. Maybe you're a bigger movie buff than I am, but maybe you can remember like visual depictions in movies of biblical stories. I can't think of that many off the top, but in Year One, there is a scene where it's a depiction of a story from the Bible where Abraham is going to sacrifice his son, McLovin.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
What's that guy's name? Christopher Pierre or something?
Christopher Mintz-Plasse?
Right, Christopher Mintz-Plasse. Right. So McLovin. Sorry to that actor. But
yeah, he's like, dude, I'm more than McLovin. Which I think this is a great
poor
movie.
bastard.
It's like a sick role for him.
Right.
Like, I really thought it was hilarious. He's like, what's up, dude? It's like,
but that was horrifying. I mean, what he does is he's gonna, I don't know if you've read the Bible, but the story, he's going to kill his own son because God asked him to. And so I don't know about that particular biblical story, the validity, but presumably they were doing some freaky shit. They were throwing each other into the volcanoes. They were throwing each other, proverbially.
Proverbially. You're done.
So I thought that, I guess the reason why I thought it would be a good movie to talk about was because I could draw some parallels between the ancient world and the modern world. And, the narrative for me used to be like the ancient world was better. And the modern world, we've lost a lot of connection.
Which ties into the parallel of Captain Fantastic about the people that were they felt guilty, and like the society we lived in was so bad that they wanted to live off grid, which led to like extreme issues.
Right. It caused a lot of problems.
Yeah. So it's like,
right.
Romanticizing the past is not necessarily the thing, because it can affect the future and like how you facilitate yourself. And it could be an incorrect, misguided feeling that drives you to extreme isms and extreme behaviors because you're like just not in check with shit.
Maybe they're just checking out of reality. And I don't know how much you want to talk about, or how focused on the movie you want to keep it. But I think that, you were just showing me a clip from the last show where I was talking about my friend who took her own life because she followed this path of nihilism, essentially. She started hating society and thinking society's unsustainable, and she ended up taking her life, which was very heartbreaking. Mm-hmm. I think that there are a lot of people in the world today who are checked out of reality in the way that my friend who took her own life sadly was. She was a great person, love her, always will, but she was checked out of reality in that she thought that taking her own life would take her out of the equation so that she wouldn't be gas guzzling. She wouldn't be spending money at Walmart. She wouldn't be sucking up the oil. She wouldn't be flying on planes. So she started telling herself that her existence in the world was a problem and that the only way she could serve the greater good was to take herself out of the picture. It was coming from actually a kind of loving place. She wanted to serve the world. But we could think of many ways that people could serve the world by. You could serve the world by creating something beautiful, or even doing a cool podcast, or talking about your passions and connecting, building a community. There are many ways to serve the world that are not removing yourself from the picture. But Captain Fantastic is good because it depicts, if you check out of society too much, here's something bad that can happen in the real world, in the modern age. Year one is kind of funny because it says like, hey, by the way, the past that you're romanticizing might not have been that great.
No.
One of the lines that I really liked, and it kind of was personally challenging for me, it was like, what's that thing they say online? I feel attacked. You know the meme, like, I feel attacked.
No, but continue.
So there was a line when Jack Black is like, he moves from the villager in primal times to the he essentially becomes the chosen one, the guy who saves the day. And there's a time when he's in the orgy party and he's saying to Michael Cera, he's like, I feel like I'm destined for something bigger than hunting pigs and weaving baskets.
Okay.
And it hurt my feelings as a basket weaver. I took it very personally, and I thought,
it was not their intention.
Right.
It wasn't. Don't feel that way.
Thank you.
That was a good tie-in, though. I like that. You made a comment about the zip ties.
Right.
So you're saying the costume design was like surprisingly amazing.
That was something that I really started to appreciate. Actually, the whole time I was watching it, I was thinking about what it would have been like to film this movie. And I got the sense that it wouldn't have been the hardest movie to film. I think that there are other movies certainly that are harder, that had a bigger budget. So it seemed like pretty low budget. And like I said, they had the Roman guard with the cape over his back, but it was just like tied on with zip ties.
I didn't see
and it's
that.
not like they even spray painted this. I know, I'm sad you didn't miss you missed that, but it's funny. Next time you watch it, you'll see.
Yeah,
but they didn't even spray paint the zip ties. It's like black plastic zip ties, like not even cut with a cutter. It's just fucking flopping there. And it made me think like it was almost had like a low budget play.
Yeah.
Feel of like a stage production where like they were just fucking around. It was like guys in the garage, like you be the Roman guard, zip tie the towels over your vest.
This is all we have. Like, just go. You have to get on stage.
This is all we have. Just act. Right.
Get on stage. Go. No.
Right. So then it made it more about the script and the actor's performance than we couldn't believe that they were actually ancient creatures or ancient peoples, I liked it.
I thought it was great. Like, and you made a comment about like the set design. It looked like shit, but I thought it still was. I still got lost in the setting.
It was certainly enough to paint a picture.
Like I felt like they were in the setting.
What's it called? The suspension of disbelief. Okay. You know that phrase?
I get it.
That's from my days as an actor. But where they talk about the suspension of disbelief is the set or the setting has to be enough for the audience to believe that you're watching Harry Potter performing. I'm just looking at Voldemort here.
What's up?
But
Voldemort?
You have to have the suspension of disbelief, and the set was enough. Like when Michael
Cera,
Cera,
I liked it.
Yeah, they're just Michael Cera and Jack Black. They like left their village. They're on an adventure. They're just walking in the woods. All they had to do to film the scene is drive the guys to the woods and put them in some fake bear costume,
Yeah, which was great. And that was, I guess they filmed it all in Louisiana and New Mexico.
Right. The desert scenes, I was thinking, this is clearly the American Southwest.
Which is, I didn't technically think about it, but that makes sense.
Right.
But like Sodom looks sick and like a believable.
Sedona. No, that's what I thought you were gonna say.
No, it's Sodom, and it's like the orgy hall looked like an orgy hall,
Right?
And then like the prison they were in, they put all the rats in it, like
Right.
real rats.
No,
and
I was watching that.
It was like the effort of things that you needed to put in there to make it have the suspense of disbelief or whatever.
Right.
That
was almost like an editing. I had a couple of thoughts like that, where the rats in the dungeon. I don't think that there were rats in the dungeon while they were filming that scene, but
I think there was.
Maybe you think. I don't know. I don't want to challenge you, but this is what I remember: is
they were in there.
The first shot was a shot of live rats crawling around, and then they cut to a scene with Jack Black and Michael Cera. So you, the audience member, is still thinking about these live rats crawling around on the floor, which I thought was that was like a good thing that they did in the editing room. It was a good editing move to just include that one clip of rats to make you remember, oh, they're in a dungeon.
I'm pretty sure
rats.
there was, but if not, like, good on them. Either way, right? You could be right. So as a man of faith, right? Like, did you find the film like overly
as a man of faith because I'm Jewish?
No, just in general, like
as a man of faith.
Well, just like find the film overly blasphemous or offensive in like any regard.
First of all, I don't know if I can really honestly identify as a man of faith. I am Jewish, and I have my own relationship with Judaism and other religions of the world.
Okay.
You were jokingly asking me before we were recording, what's your religion? I said Jew, but I also said a Jewish Taoist, a Taoist Jew or something. Shit. And so I don't want to, I mean, I am Jewish ethnically, ancestrally, culturally, and a little bit religiously, but I wasn't raised with too much of the Jewish religion. A lot of what I know about Judaism is from like my adult life kind of relearning about it. It's called making teshuvah, like coming back to Judaism. But, so I don't know if I could speak as like a man of faith. I didn't personally find anything offensive, but I think I have a thick skin for what's considered offensive.
That's fair.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that a more religious person than me would find it offensive.
I can see how you
joking about cutting the tip of your dick or joking about circumcision. I mean, it's God's. The Jewish answer, by the way, I know enough to give the Jewish answer, but it's not my answer. But the Jewish answer is like, this is a holy thing. This is God's.
Well, they are Jewish people. Like Abraham was Jewish.
Right, but to joke about it is like making. Of course, Abraham was Jewish. I mean, that all those stories. The story where Abraham is sacrificing his child is a Jewish story.
These are like technically
all of these stories are Jewish. The Cain and Abel story is a Jewish story. That's why I'm
asking. Like, did you find it like blasphemous or offensive? Because like this,
I thought it was funny, but I mean, I'm somebody who finds Jewish jokes funny. I think that racist jokes are funny if they're funny.
Agreed.
I think that. The focus should not be on if they're racist or offensive to your religion. The focus should be on if they're funny. And if the joke is not funny, then it could be potentially offensive.
Keep it moving, though.
But if the joke, fine, it's fine. Keep it moving. Right. They tried to make
I didn't like that joke, so just keep
it moving. Keep it moving. Right. Of course, that's my philosophy. But if it's funny and offensive, I would err on the side of, I would judge it. If it's funny and offensive, I'm going to like it.
Yes.
Because I value the funny more than I value the offensive. So it's offensive, but that kind of almost potentially, depending on how funny the joke is, it could make it even funnier. I was just watching this thing. I don't know if I should reference it or not, but I was watching I saw some clip about, what's his name? Tony Hinchcliffe talking about Kevin Hart at the roast of Tom Brady.
Yeah, that roast is
where amazing. He said Kevin Hart is so small that when his ancestors picked cotton, they called it deadlifting.
So good.
And Tony Hinchcliffe, this is a good clip to watch, but Tony Hinchcliffe is just talking about like how that joke was right on the line and like it was not offensive. It was a funny joke, acknowledging something uncomfortable, but making light of it in a safe way.
Dan, I think people should definitely, if you haven't seen the roast of Tom Brady, phenomenal. Right. Like, definitely take the time, go on Netflix and watch that. And it's the longest roast too. It's like over 3 hours, and it's worth every minute. Like,
right,
it's
everybody
so
killed it.
Good.
Yeah.
The only one that didn't kill it is Ben Affleck. He bombed. Like that shit was fucking ass. It was like, dude.
Right, but he's not really a comedian.
It doesn't matter. There was tons of non-comedians that were crushing.
Right. Right, I guess
he just thought he was gonna go up there and like I don't even know what he thought. It was not right though. He
right,
thought the wrong thing.
I am remembering something about that.
It's the only set that's bad, but
keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Yeah. So tried. Like, the other thing with the past, with like, which I mean, I'm sure there's places in the world today where people are sacrificing other people, but
there's places in the world today where people are destroying the rectum of sheep beyond recognition.
Yeah, that's still going down, and like so, but like the notion
that happens.
Well, dude, the notion of sacrificing people for like better weather or like shittier weather, like rainy weather, is wild.
Right, that was another great.
Right, like let's just sacrifice
into the volcano. That's what I mean, by the way, by into the volcano.
Okay.
They would take the virgin
literal
up.
Volcano.
No, and they would take them up to a literal volcano and they would push them in. And then they would, sometimes they would do a rain dance. I mean, right. It is absurd to have these, it's magical thinking. And that's one
I think it's more that they just wanted to kill somebody. They're like we need rain.
That's
like,
a dark thought.
But like
potentially true.
Why it's just the same with stoning people. Like let me finish. They still wanted to throw rocks at people. Like there was part of them. They were like, oh, don't force me. Like people willingly stone people for, I don't know, was it over 100? Like
they were just waiting for a reason.
Yeah,
that's
like,
what you're saying.
They're not waiting. I mean, but like they're just into it. They're sick people. Like that's fucked up.
Yeah. There's a great book, The Lottery. It's a short story, I guess. The Lottery, Shirley Jackson. You ever heard of this? Amazing story. It's about a town in New Hampshire, very close to home.
Okay.
Where they have an annual practice of stoning one member of the town. And the way they do it is they have this lottery. And it would be like if in our town they were like, yo, it's
lottery season.
Today's the day, bro. Let's go down. I hope you don't get fucking picked. And we go down, fucking smoke a butt, and then the fucking time to pick. And then they go around, like, pick names out of the hat. First, they narrow it down to a family. So it's like, oh, it's either you or your mom. It's like somebody in your family. And then it's like, oh, fuck, this is who it is. And anyway, they did that in the modern world. I mean, in the ancient world, for sure. They are still doing it places in the modern world. They are stoning people in countries that exist today.
Well, and like I'm sure sacrifices go on somewhere. It's a big world, but it was really common at a point in the past.
Right.
Like people, like Maine societies, like the more elevated societies, more sophisticated societies, were still doing it. Like it took a while for sacrificing to like dissipate in societies, it seems.
That's true. That's an achievement. It's something we can be proud of in the modern world. Welcome to America.
Welcome to America.
Right? We don't do human sacrifice here. We're not supposed to. That's
not it's not a good look.
Largely frowned upon.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
No, I don't think so.
Unless we got to. Just kidding.
Well, that's how some people think. I mean, that's what I talked to. I talked a lot about Charlie Kirk with my mother, but some people would call that a human sacrifice on the altar of an ideal.
Well, being assassinated, it's not cool. But rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. This is a tragedy. Was there anything in the movie, like we're talking about all the good things, like did you think any things were shitty in the film where you're like, this was poorly done? We made fun of the costume thing, but that was like kind of like
I mean, I don't know if this is like a too woke for you, but I think that it was potentially from the modern perspective offensive to, there were some transphobic and homophobic jokes that I think if we were the most politically correct, the way that the politically correct person, this is the year 2025. Okay. This movie was made in 2009. So the politically correct way to say it would be to say, those jokes were offensive.
I don't think they were.
I don't think they were either. I think it was funny. There was one where he was like in the orgy.
You were saying that.
Well, you asked me what parts of the movie I thought were bad.
Yeah, like how is it
like
bad?
Poorly done? Well, I'm not saying it is bad, but I think that's one that comes to mind. I thought it was a good movie.
But I don't think
some of these jokes I thought were funny.
No, I'm saying, but like on the tip of it being offensive, like there was nothing offensive in this movie. If you took offense to something in this movie, like you need to like check yourself. Like that's wild.
Well,
like, to me, like
what
I'm
if
not standing
you
on
were? There was a great joke. My favorite joke. What was the name of my favorite actor? The guy
Oliver Platt.
Oliver Platt. What do I know him from? Was he in
Dude, he's in
Tropic
some-
Thunder? No, Oliver Platt.
He's in so many. He's in tons of movies.
Anything else that you know?
Off top, like I'm blanking,
Yeah.
but there's so
He was
many.
amazing. He was my favorite character for sure. When he's like, "Rub it on me, little bitchlet boy."
Oh, Three Musketeers is one that I remember.
Oh, the original
Like it was a while ago. I think it was like Chris O'Donnell was in it. Like he was actually a
or
musketeer.
the newer one?
No, it's not like the new one. It's like 93.
Oh, the classic.
Yeah, is that the classic?
That's
like,
the original, bro.
He's a musketeer.
Maybe I recognize him from that.
I mean, he
has a recognizable, memorable face. But there was one
He
joke.
was dope in that.
Jack Black is in the orgy room.
Okay.
And he bumps into somebody from behind. He's like, "Oh, excuse me, miss."
That's funny. Like, you think that could be taken as offensive? That's
well,
wild.
because today,
no, I'm not like that's
because
crazy.
today, if you saw
That's
a man in makeup and you called it a mister,
Oh my god, I'm just like so over it. Like that's crazy. Though.
So that was one thing. Look, I would be remiss to not mention. So as far as what I thought was bad or like poorly done in the movie, I guess I will say that the story was it was a vehicle for jokes.
I like that.
The story was,
but the jokes were good. So
the jokes were good, so it made up for it. But you're asking me what I thought was bad. I thought the story was slow. For example, I fell asleep halfway through, and then I had to start it again the next day. But it was late at night. I was watching late at night.
Well, you also said that you weren't catching on to the movie swagger until that second half.
I started it the next day. I was fresh, and I thought it was funny right away. I was
So,
I wasn't really loving it last night. I think I was just tired.
Your yesterday self was.
I think I was just tired, but I thought that the story did kind of take a minute. I don't know. There were jokes from the jump where it was like Jack Black is pissed off. He's like, "Why does everybody take a shit behind my hut?" He's like, "It's definitely not because everybody hates you. That's definitely not the reason."
Which is funny. Like his tribe absolutely hates him.
Right.
He's such a piece of shit.
Which that, by the way, I mean, man, that's a hard part of the ancient world, and that's a hard part of like the hippie ideal of the modern world. Like, if you're in the modern world and you got the Captain Fantastic hippie ideal, notice that Captain Fantastic went with his wife alone. They had a bunch of kids, but it was him and his wife in the middle of nowhere. It wasn't like Captain Fantastic trying to build a tribe, trying to build live in a commune. My hippie ideal, this was long before I ever met you, but my hippie ideal was always, we're going to live together in a tribe. We're going to have a commune. We're all going to be in a community and we're going to work together. And the problem with that was depicted in year one. Like, what if your community fucking hates you? Or what if you hate somebody in your community? And it's like, and people did exile each other. People did run each other out of town. And the nice thing about living in fucking America is like, you can just keep it moving. If you don't like somebody, you're not going to run him out of town. And Jack Black, he had to leave his tribe.
Everybody hates you.
It was a tragedy, actually. It wasn't a comedy. Right. It's definitely not because everybody hates you.
Yeah, it's definitely a witty movie. I loved it. I think a lot of people miss this, and it's extremely funny. It was just like part of that great comedy era, like the 2000s, I thought, and like the 90s were really good. What would you give it for a score?
As far as a rating, well,
1 to 10 to the 10th place.
1 to 10, man. I guess I got to rate it pretty low. I don't want to discourage people from watching it. I mean, 10 out of 10 is a 10.
That is,
and so for
correct.
year one, I'm going to give it a 6.8.
Okay.
Is that too low?
It's respectable.
6.8. I thought it was very funny. I thought it was worth watching. I mean, even movies that are poorly rated could still be worth watching.
Multiple times.
As far as like a 10 out of 10,
yeah,
it can't be a 10. They didn't they had fucking zip ties, towels on their fucking vest.
I mean, but
that was kind of funny though.
That was kind of sick.
I think I'm going to give it a 6.8, which is about what I consistently got in history class in high school. Was like a 68, probably in the D range. But
it sounds like you're like trying to get back at this movie by like.
Am I rating it too low? I liked it.
Like,
I'm influenced. Maybe I'm influenced by 14% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, you remember.
Well,
that.
you're influencing me to up my score, but I think I'm going to hold steady.
I think it's a fine rating. It's
6-8. It's still, if it was a pizza, if it was Dave Portnoy on the pizza, I would try the pizza. Not the best pizza ever. Not a bad score. Not under 6. Under 6 is an insult.
I would agree.
Under 6 is an insult. I would say it was a B movie. It was a low budget. It was almost nearly a throwaway, but it was very funny.
Yeah, I think below 6 would be offensive to this movie, and I think above a 9 is over the top.
It cannot be above a 9.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But listen, think about this. 10 out of 10 is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I've only done a few of those.
That's rare. That means a 9. Like you said,
but if someone like really, really,
you an
liked
8,
this movie,
I'm a 9.
Wait on it.
Right? A 9 is pretty good.
Yeah, those are rare too. But I'm saying if someone really liked this movie,
right,
and was like, I'm a huge fan of Jack Black,
it was a Jack Black. It was a deep cut for these actors. If you're a fan of Christopher Mintz-Plasse, if you're a fan of Michael Cera, it's a deep cut for those actors. David Cross.
He's amazing.
It was a great.
He's always good.
The performances. If I'm rating individual performances, I don't know.
Like the performances were also like on point.
So what's your rating?
I'm gonna give it a 7.7.
7.7. That's like a 10 points higher, 9 points higher.
Isn't it?
But that's good.
Isn't it 11? Isn't it 11?
Well,
or
was it you watched it again? You know what? I bet this movie.
You didn't hear me. Like it's actually 11 points higher. Right?
I said 6.8.
Oh no, you're
7.7.
Right. You're right.
So
you're right.
It was one less.
Well, because I was looking. Yeah, I'm retarded.
But what was I?
Bad.
No, but I think that this movie, in defense of your higher score than mine, I imagine that this is a movie that's funnier upon rewatch.
Well, I think that I might enjoy this type of comedy more than you.
I see.
Like I appreciate
the peeing on the face.
Like
I was laughing because I was cringing.
It was just like, it starts off kind of dumb on that part, but it just keeps going and get more ridiculous. Like it's pouring down his.
I'll tell you the two scenes that I thought were the funniest in the whole movie.
Okay.
And the best written.
Okay.
One is when he's doing oil on his chest.
Okay.
And he says, rub oil on my chest. And Michael Cera says, no, I don't think so. He says, rub oil on my chest or die. That was, I thought, great writing. And then he's rubbing, he says, more, you little bitch. Which is not an ancient word. It's not a word. He calls him like a little bitchlet or something. It's not an ancient word.
When you recite it, it's
English
hilarious.
the whole time, which is so funny.
That's funny.
And the other scene that I thought was hilarious was this human sacrifice with the random guy. And he's like, come here. I try to get a good seat at the sacrifice. I'm here with my family trying to enjoy the sacrifice. You're ruining it.
Okay.
I thought that was very funny.
You reciting it is funnier. Like I did get a kick out of that shit, but there was some of the other stuff that like really hits home, like the whole I don't think I have any extra with his penis. Like when he's talking about cutting a piece off, he's like, I don't think there's any extra.
I don't think there's any extra.
Can we like pierce our ears or something?
Right. And later Michael Cera's like, what's with all the genital mutilation?
I might have missed that line.
There is, because later on he gets with the eunuch. There was a eunuch who looks like Varys from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
And Varys or the eunuch is like, I'm going to cut off your balls or whatever. And Michael Cera just randomly is like, what's with all the genital mutilation?
Which
is a great question to ask about the ancient world. Like,
it's like you have to hate yourself to want to do that, I think, on some level.
Well,
like, what the fuck?
I don't know if it's about, you said earlier it was about self-hatred or about they just wanted to kill or something. I think, you know about the Lord of the Flies?
Yeah.
So,
roughly.
I mean, the Lord of the Flies is a story about, I think it's like a baseball team or a soccer team. It's imagine if you're like middle school boys, like 10 middle school boys shipwrecked on an island. Yeah. What kind of society would they form? No adults. 10, 14-year-old boys. You don't want to fuck around in that society.
I think more people should actually read that book, and like the youth should read that book just to see like the situation of societies and like how like maybe you should question
shit can go off the rails.
Yeah, you like it should make you, when reading that, want to question what your situation is in your society.
Well, so my real thing, and I mean, if I had been reviewing Year One 10 years ago when I was deep in my rewilding like militancy. I might have had a different take on year one, but I think that
it would be offensive.
I think that I would have been I think I would have been more offended by it
because of the representation of Judaism and like Jewish people. No,
because of the representation of the ancient world.
Okay,
because I would have felt offended. Like the ancient world was great.
Yeah,
the ancient world was perfect,
and that's what I'm saying. When like
that's not true. So that's in that way, this movie was kind of smart. Maybe I should give it a higher.
That's
rating.
why I said it was witty.
All right, fine, it's a higher rating.
That's why I say it's truly like a witty comedy. You know what I mean?
It was, and it was a, yeah, it was almost like a commentary. I mean, it was a commentary. It did have some criticism to make about, and some gratitude for the world that we are in. I thought so too. That we're not in a world full of genital mutilation. I mean, well, there's still a lot of circumcision, but there's not the female genital mutilation. And I think that there are other things: human sacrifice, stoning each other with rocks, pillaging the rectum of a sheep, all of those things.
So what would be your new rating?
I guess if I think about it from a sociological, analytical perspective.
You can. We'll allow it.
Then maybe I'll give it, well, I'm going to give it a 7.
Oh, the drummer like really brought you in on that.
I think it's a 7. It's solidly in the realm of 7. 7.
The one thing I try to keep in mind though with ratings sometimes is like a 7 is like it's a good movie.
Yeah, I'm interested in your rating scale. 7 to you is a good movie.
Yeah, it's not great, but like could be great. I know there's a fucking fly.
I know there's a fly. I'm gonna get it one of these. Here, I could get it.
Get it.
Well, you watch. When it lands again, I'm gonna get it.
We'll be documenting it. Yeah, like
7 to you is
7 is a good movie. So like sometimes it's trying to. I mean, a good movie can also be a 6 too, depending on like what you're what you're into. You know what I mean? Did you get it?
I think so.
That'd be sick. Good job. But you
can't fly from that shit.
Oh shit! Turn up. No, but so a 6 can be a good movie too, but maybe the source material and like lore I'm not really that into. So there is an objective and a subjective end of things, and like I don't know, it's kind of because I have thought about this a little bit. I think 7 is objective, and then 3 points is subjective. Like if I liked it, just based on things that I'm interested into. You know what I mean?
You mean the point? When you say the 3
like
points
7, like 7 points and 3 points equal 10 points. So I'm saying like 7 of them is subjective or objective, where it's just like, is the film well done?
Oh, I see.
Like, so
you're saying if it's a good movie, it gets a 7.
Like if it's like checks all the boxes, like it's a
7.
Yeah, but if I don't like it at all, like this was just whack.
It's a 7.
But it was well done, which has happened. Like it'd be a 7. Like I'm totally like that.
Oh, so maybe I should give it a higher rating. I don't fucking know. I'm not
a
movie rater.
Like, I know, but that's still like for me, like that can fluctuate in a movie where I'm like really just like I don't know.
I think that I might have higher standards than you. I think that to get to the 8, 9, 10, it's like a memorable, really like a recommended. Like before we got on the air, we were talking about I got a lot of movies. You love movies. I love movies. I love talking with you about movies.
But you have higher standards, you're saying.
I'm just saying it's not a movie that I would recommend necessarily. There's other movies. Life is short. Life is short.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely worth a watch, and it's like a good movie.
I would say it's worth a watch. So I guess I'll take it back. I'll recommend it if you're looking for a movie to watch. It was a funny depiction of the ancient world. Would I call it a good movie?
I'll call it a good movie. I mean, like, and I can see how someone would be like, it's not that good. And be like, no, but it's still good. Like,
I would say it exactly that way.
Yeah,
I would say it's not
witty,
objectively what you would call a good movie, but it's still good.
But it's still good. And I think just like the writing is what carries.
The writing, I would say, was possibly the best part.
Well, that's
the performances were great. Writing was great. I guess the joke writing was, I don't know.
I mean, I think it was on point.
I'm a pushover. Look at you. I'm very, I'm waffling with
you
my
don't have higher
rating.
standards
Yeah,
than me.
well, but it's easy for you to just get me to have a higher rating. You could just talk me right into
So
a 10.
do I have higher standards, or are you just like?
I think
misguided?
you're a bigger movie fan than me.
Okay.
And I think I like watching movies, but I think that, I don't know. I think that you're a lover of movies. I think that if I give a movie a low rating, I think that would hurt your feelings. Because I think you would defend the movie.
I mean, I would
because I think you love all movies.
That's not true. There's movies that are garbage.
What's the lowest rating you've ever given?
Like, it's a scale from 1 to 10. So like, I've given a 1.
You've given a 1?
Yeah.
On the show?
Yeah.
What do you remember what it was?
I think it was A Wrinkle in Time.
A Wrinkle in Time. That was a great book. I never saw that movie.
Maybe.
You didn't like the movie.
Oh my god, dude!
You gave it a 1.
Oprah's like giant sized at one point. Dude,
Oprah's in the movie. I gotta watch
it's
it.
preposterous.
I'm gonna watch. Well, if you give a low rating, that's a recommended to watch too, because you got to see why did he give such a low rating.
Yeah, it's ass. A Wrinkle in Time. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Worst movie ever.
Like, it's so fucking terrible. You're like, holy shit, you didn't get him. He's still here.
Oh, maybe it's another.
Wow, you just
no. It's probably the same. It's probably the same one. I thought I got him. You got to hit a fly on the back because they take off.
Wow. You got to hit a fly on the back.
No, they take off backwards.
What?
They take off backwards. So if you hit a fly on the backside, smack.
I kind of believe you.
Then it'll take off into your hand, but I didn't get him.
It's okay. Yeah, briefly what I want to talk about, I just want to mention something before I want people to check out, listen to the show. It's just I don't want to get into this, but I just want to.
You want to mention it without getting it? Let me get one of those.
Yeah, no. I just want to bring something up for people to, when you get a second, sooner rather than later, just check out the Islamic takeover.
This is a hard.
Oh shit.
This is a hard left.
No, hard left.
Can I get the discreet lighter?
Yeah, sure. But just check out the Islamic takeover and just like what that entails.
Check out the Islamic takeover. I'm loving this.
No, because it's something that like just check it out.
My comments are smoothing out your transition.
Okay.
Continue.
Thank you. But just check that out and just just see what the fuck's going on with that, because it came to my attention recently and I just wanted to mention it and just check that out. Like I said, just the way that they have been taking over some of the first world countries and stuff like that, and the way that it's happening with like kind of paying your enemies on some regard for taking control of your country, which is like kind of interesting. There's some things happening over in Europe and stuff that's just like really alarming. And I just think that people should take a second and check out some of the stuff that's occurring, and I'll leave it at that. It's definitely some shit going down, and I just
can you tie it into the movie?
Or
should we try?
I mean, year one, you see how the Romans be. A little rough around the edges, maybe making their own rules and shit.
Right, David Cross steals the cups from the table, and he's like, "Hey, what?" He's like, "Anyway, there's some perks." Yeah,
the perks are amazing,
right?
And I'll just say, you don't want to be on the end of the sword. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's on some real shit. The sword.
Right. Well, also, I mean, you don't want to have a police force. I mean, 10 years ago, I hated the police. I'm ashamed to admit. 10 years ago, I was shitting on the police. And nowadays, I would proudly admit that I am grateful to live in a country where we have a reliable police force that is not perfect.
Okay.
But the police force is reliable.
Well, shout out to
if the police, but if we did have cops like the Romans, if we lose our civilization to whatever, to what you're concerned about, if we lose our civilization to nihilism, which is 10 years ago, I was against civilization. You don't even really know this about me, but I used to be like, we should end civilization.
Yeah.
Like we should
You get on the radicalist, like
do something terrible.
Shit.
We should do something violent. We should like destroy somebody's property. Like that's what I used to say. Okay. And whether we lose the police force to degeneracy or alternative standards like they had in year one, they had a bad police force. Or if we lose the police force or if we lose the cultural narrative to nihilism, like my friend who took her own life, like I might have if I had continued down that dark path, then it maybe is really relevant to remind people that what we have here is really special. Like what we have in the modern world, what we have in America is actually like pretty cool.
Definitely cool.
And we want to hang on to it so that we don't devolve back into fucking sheep in the ass, stoning each other, throwing each other into the volcano, having a horrible police. So I appreciate what you have said there.
Yeah, like I said,
I think it is relevant to the movie. Maybe I'm giving the movie a higher rating.
Oh shit!
Maybe this was a really smart movie.
It was a smart movie.
Maybe this was a commentary on what's happening here in the modern world, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, you just gotta like the thing I was saying to check out with like the takeover shit is like they got like source material that they're working from that dates back to 91 that we're all been aware of. Let me finish. And
but this is a great point. Continue. I'm just excited listening to you. I'm not trying to jump in.
No, you just did. It's okay. But like
with my finger.
Fair. So like since 91, we've been aware of it. A lot of people across the whole world are aware of it. And it's just like, there's a blueprint that they're basing off just immigrating and like taking over from within the inside, and it's just kind of interesting to see what's going on and everything with the world, and you can just look it up. Like I said,
what happened in 91?
That's when like the shit was released regarding like what like how to control and colonize or take over Western civilization, like how they would do it. You can look it up. It's some crazy shit. So I just wanted to bring that to people's attention.
What should they look up? What would I look up later? 91.
Like Islamic takeover. Probably will come up. I haven't looked at that specific thing, but I think it will probably bring it up. Like it's a really common thing, and that's why it's like kind of jarring seeing what how some of the societies are going right now, and just like look it up. That's all I'm gonna say. Like go check that shit out. There's like some real takeover shit going on.
I'll tell you this. I thought of another tie-in to the movie. Can I say it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what we have sometimes, like a lot of people these days talk about progressives. They want to be progressive. They want to make society better. Sometimes the progressive idea can actually hurt society. Sometimes we make a change, we might end up regretting it. In year one, there is an initial change that is made when Jack Black leaves. He burns down his house. Then the fucking Romans come in and they capture everybody. Remember the big beefy guy, Mikhail or what? I forget his name.
I forget.
Merkaz or whatever.
Yeah, it started with M, I think.
They all got captured.
And became slaves.
They all became slaves to this horrible zeitgeist of a culture that swallowed them whole. What catalyzed their downfall was conflict, their interpersonal conflict among the society. So we've got a society here that we enjoy, and it's rife with interpersonal conflict. It's full of interpersonal. Charlie Kirk just got shot in the head, in the neck. Yeah. And so basically the tie into year one is that similar to year one, if we let conflict destroy our society, we might end up getting taken over by something much fucking worse.
Yeah, that's a great time.
And we want to hold on to what we have because
we love it. It's our home.
Exactly.
It's our shit.
And it's not that bad. It's actually
our being our country.
It's actually pretty good.
It's pretty amazing.
It's pretty nice.
Even if you don't see it now, like it's definitely the truth.
Yeah.
But no, year one was a great recommendation, even though you hadn't seen it. And like your rating is a 7. And like
7.5.
Oh shit! Official stamps.
Creep. It's 7.5.
Yeah,
like 7.5. It's
a smart movie.
It's not a quality movie, but it is a smart movie. It has good writing, good performances, a lot of comedic cameos, like funny. Who was the guy? Do you remember? By the way, Do you know that comic with the gap in his teeth when he's
I don't, but I know.
Squat. You know who I'm talking about?
I do.
He's a famous guy. He's like semi-famous, and he's like a really positive slave, like squishing the mud with his toes. Yeah. And he's like, "It's a beautiful day."
Yeah, he's a volunteer.
He's a volunteer.
Yeah, stupid.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think
it's a good movie. You got me up to a 7. You got me from a 6.8 up to a 7.5.
So just 0.2. I mean, I think that's dope, and I think it's a testament to like what I think people, when they start to break down what this movie actually is, they can appreciate it more because there's a lot going on there, and it's just so witty and fun, and it's smart and has these cool underlying themes and perspectives.
A lot to talk about, a lot to think about.
Yeah, if you just stop interrupting me.
I thought we're building together.
Fair, that's fine. I'll allow it.
It's a Jewish way.
Is it?
It's a Jewish thing.
Jewish people interrupt.
Yeah, that's a racist joke. That's funny. That's true.
Is it? I never heard that. I guess it's
when I was getting called out by the Native Americans for cultural appropriation 7 years ago, I had a conversation with my friend.
For making baskets.
By
white people, though. Native Americans.
And a few Native Americans. White passing Native Americans. Whatever.
Well, it's just valid.
I don't want to use the blood. I don't want to use a blood quantum. But when I was getting called out by the Native Americans, I spoke with my friend, who is kind of a friend, who is an Irish linguist. Okay. He's a language specialist. And he told me that one of the problems that I was having with the Native Americans, and this might be a cultural difference. I mean, sometimes we talk about the cultural differences between you and me, that you are a Mainer with an urban culture. You're from a rural place with an urban culture. Swag,
sure.
I'm from an urban place, but I got the Mainer swag.
Yeah.
You know, I've adopted the way of the Mainer. And I guess
I'm still a Mainer, though. It's just like some of your things that you occupy your time with are just more
the activities
outdoorsy.
Have changed. Yeah, no, but as far as culture goes, so the Irish linguist told me that the issue I was having with the Native Americans was that in Native American culture, interrupting is a major no, and that they talk slower and for longer. And it might be from a storytelling culture. And he said that in an Irish culture, similar to a Jewish culture, think of the dinner table, talking and talking. Oh, my grandma, guess who's got diabetes? He got fired from his job. It's passed him. Talking, yelling, right? Something that you might find uncomfortable. And so sometimes I find, and I mean absolutely no disrespect, I'm just like relaxed with you, so I'm like, maybe I'm talking too much. But I think it is a cultural difference where, like, when I have debates, when I have conversations with 5 Jewish friends, it would drive you crazy because everybody's talking at once.
Oh, that would drive me nuts. That's okay, though.
Cultural difference.
That's okay.
That's why it's important to try to understand who's going to be a part of your society, because we want to make sure that we're at least on the same page where we can communicate.
Facts. I like that. All right, so this is a good episode. I like it. You good with it? Good. All right, so this is I just want to say thank you for being on the show, Zach, for real.
Of course. No, it's always a pleasure talking with you. I think we have a lot to talk about, and I think
always
we've given people a lot to think about.
I think so too, and I appreciate you for that. So I wanted you to come on the show, and
you were second guessing the last episode, so I did it again.
You just did it again.
My bad. Just so you were wrapping it up.
So you wanted me to interrupt while I'm wrapping it up?
No, I'm just saying you were second guessing the last episode, and then you were very proud of it.
Did I second guess it? Oh, I think it's because that was fine. It's fine. So you do that sometimes, but I thought this was a great suggestion. Crazy you hadn't seen it, but we just broke down all the dope aspects of it and what makes it kind of like low key, kind of special. But thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry if I interrupted you.
You're fine. I'm just busting your balls. But I will have your new show stuff down in the description.
Zach's mom,
where you guys can check out that new shit because it's probably cool. That's cool that you did it today for the first episode, and I'll definitely check that out. But that's everything over here, I think, for us. Witty ass comedy. Zach's gonna hit it with a 7.5. I'm gonna hit it with a 7.7. And Rotten Tomatoes way off with the 14%. IMDb 4.9. It's kind of disrespectful as well, but I think everybody should go check it out. It's a dope film, and or fun film rather, witty, smart, and let me know if you fucked with it. But thank you everybody for listening to this episode. I love everybody out there listening, and stay safe, stay strong, and God bless. Deuces.